So we out here to teach our people the commandments of God, to bring them back, start from the youth all the way to the elder. Because everybody has to learn their nationality that God gave us, that is ordained to us. Read what you got.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage.
We have discontinued from our heritage, knowing who we are according to the Bible, knowing who our God is, knowing what to do to get the kingdom of God. We stuck in the hood, we stuck in the project, we getting oppressed, killed, all because we discontinued from our heritage. Give me that, Sirach, heritage. Because we discontinued from our heritage. You may ask, what is our heritage? Read.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 17, verse 11. Besides this, he gave them knowledge.
God gave us knowledge. God gave us the commandments. The real knowledge of the world to answer everything. There's nothing that the Bible can't answer. Read.
And the law.
The laws. The Christianity says the laws are done away with. But how can man take away something that God has given us that's ordained to us? Read.
And the law of life for an heritage.
A what?
An heritage.
A heritage. That's our true heritage. Not America, not politics, not Christmas, not Thanksgiving. None of these things are our heritage. Hey, brother back there in the overall, you got a second? Hey, brother right here, you got a second? O'Shea, you got a second to come in? Christmas is not our heritage. Get that in Colossians 2 and 8. We have all these philosophies and traditions that man has created and given us, and we take it as law. We take it as, if you're not doing this, you're out of the loop. You don't know you're excluded from the majority, the mass of the people, because you don't keep these traditions that man made. Read.
The book of Colossians, chapter 2, verse 8. Beware.
It says, beware, be watchful. Learn the Bible, learn your heritage, so when somebody comes to you and tell you something contrary to the Bible, a red flag should pop up. Beware, read.
Beware, lest any man spoil you.
That's a what?
Any man spoil you.
Read.
Through philosophy.
Through what?
Philosophies.
Philosophies. You got atheism, you got Christianity, you got all these things, philosophies, Buddhism, Hinduism, Islam. People got materialistic philosophies, all these things that the world has made, that man has made and pushed on you and spoiled you, ruined you.
Right.
From keeping God's commandments. Read.
And vain deceit.
It says vain deceit. They're going to give you an unprofitable lie. It don't serve you no good. It's vain, has no meaning, has no value to it. Read.
After the tradition of men.
After the tradition of what?
Of men.
God.
Men.
God.
Men.
These are men's traditions. This world is based off of man's tradition. They don't teach God commandments. Christians about to come back up. That's a man-made religion.
That's right.
It has nothing to do with Jesus.
Right.
Has nothing to do with God.
Right.
It's paganism. It's evil. It's wicked. It's polluted.
Right.
But we're gonna spend trillions of dollars every year to give somebody some presents.
Right.
For that one day. But we ain't got no schools for ourselves. We ain't got no hospitals for ourselves. We can't govern our own selves. But we're spending $3 trillion on Christmas. It's foolish. It's pointless.
Right.
Read.
After the rudiments of the world, and not after Christ.
Not after what?
Christ.
It's after Christ. Christmas is all about Jesus.
Not after Christ.
Christmas has nothing to do with Jesus.
Right.
Christmas has nothing to do with your salvation.
Right.
Celebrating Christmas is going to be the thing to get you killed.
That's right.
You'll say, oh, it's for the kids. You all know Santa Claus ain't real. But you'll purposely tell your child a lie to believe in a lie, even though you know it's not real.
Right.
And you go ahead and give all your money, you break your back, work hours to give your kids something to somebody that's not real. What's going on, bro? You good, man? You don't stay in front of the camera. I ask you a question, bro. What all did you learn so far talking to the brother over there?
he didn't give me a good question. Okay, he say, white man did this, white man did that. White man didn't take nothing for it. We the ones covered his life, we the ones covered his power, we the ones did the role, okay? They did us wrong, okay? We didn't ask them to come over, they got us.
You're 28.
They got us.
What's going on, bro?
So when we got ourselves together, now they trying to tell us we stupid, we dumb, and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Okay,
So
I've been in the military, I've been all that. I see everything. Okay?
right. So your question. So
wait a minute, hold on. My grandma was a slave, all that.
okay, I understand. Now, I'm continue. So your question is, what is your question exactly?
Why our people can't get together?
Got you. Get Deuteronomy. Get Zephaniah. No, get Deuteronomy 28 and 1. Not Deuteronomy 28:15 first.
I see so many people got hurt here because people can't get together. I see Western people together. Why we can't get together?
All right.
Enjoy our life.
I got you. I'm gonna answer your question. Ready? So what we are to teach is the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. On the sign right here. What's your name, bro? Trey. Okay, I'm Ezra. You see the sign right here? These people were once a powerful nation, but we got broken up during slavery for a specific reason, right? And the reason was we didn't keep God's commandments, so we got dispersed. And in being dispersed, we learned different things. We got different philosophy. We got different beliefs, right? Read Deuteronomy 28. Listen.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments.
So right now, Moses is telling the Israelites, if we do not listen to God, something is going to happen to us. You listening? Read.
And his statutes, all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Is a curse a good thing or a bad thing? Trey? It's a bad thing, right? So he said all these bad things are going to overcome us and take us, right? Read.
Curse shalt thou be in the city.
Jump to 40, serve thy enemy, 46, 47. So one of these things, one of these curses is slavery, of us having to serve our oppressor, right? Meaning that we have to get everything from them. That means like food, water, drink, the way we think, right? Read.
Verse 48, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
So one of the curses is we're going to serve our enemies. You made a good point. You said we built all this stuff, right? During what? Slavery, right? Of serving our enemies, right? But during that time, what did they do? They whooped us, stripped our beliefs, our nationality, how we see ourselves, all these things, right? Read. But God says, in serving them, they're going to do something particular about it. Read.
Which the Lord shall send against thee.
So God sent these people against us because we didn't want to keep his commandments. Them curses, we read in 15, it came over us because we didn't want to keep God's commandments. Read.
In hunger.
In hunger. If we want food, where we have to go to get food? Who owns those grocery stores, those restaurants? Huh? The people who oppress you own those things, right? Because let's say you got a store like this Mr. Jim Pizza, right? If somebody want to go shut it down, who coming down to shut it down? Right, that's the person who owns all of it, right? They own the food. Read.
And in thirst.
In thirst, same thing. If you want water, right? Who have to go? They got a white man. Read.
And in nakedness.
Clothes. White man. Read.
And in want of all things.
In want of all things. So see like this. This is what happened. They stripped everything from us, right? We became empty. We didn't have nothing. We didn't have no God. We didn't have no way to think for ourselves, right? He said, in want of all things. So if you want an education, where do you have to go to get it? White man, right? So the things he's going to teach you isn't going to be according to God, right? The beliefs, like Christianity, you got Islam from like the Arabs, all those people and stuff like that, right? All those things are going to put you in their mindset.
Okay, let me break it down too. You say we got to go with white man, we got to education, right? We don't go to white man. We don't like anything. That's
no. When you go to school, when you went to school, who taught you? White man, right? You go to college, who teach you? White man. You want to go to night school, learn how to drive a truck. Who own all those things to teach you? White man. If you want to learn how to be a cook, where you have to go? White man. You want to be a doctor, lawyer. You want how to build a house. Right, so the education you get is going to be from the white man. Now, God does teach us certain knowledge. He teaches the prophets by reading the Bible. We get the knowledge of God. But the physical, the menial things, the things you learn how to function in the world, who teaches you? The white man. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Yeah. Let me ask you a question. Sitting there praying, you learn how to do math? No, you're not going to know how to do math. You're going to say, hey, God, teach me how to do trigonometry. Right, and then all those things, the mindset of that your former grandmother, that's all white man's mentality, because you're not telling to pray to a black God, what Jesus looked like. You have the white image of Jesus in your head, so even the God you pray to was white. So you're still asking the white man. You see what I'm saying? Everything that they taught you is contrary to God. So let's say you praying to God actually was a thing to work, right? You're not praying to him, you're praying to him. So your answer's still the white man. It don't change. You see what I'm saying? The mentality you getting isn't from what God ordained us to learn. Your mentality is always going to be centered around the so-called white man. Jesus white to you. When you close your eyes and pray, you don't see that. You don't see that. You see something. So when you go to church, right? What'd you see? You see this? You see this image? Your mom or your grandma got what? This image on the wall, right? So they have an image of what he looks like. So after a time of you growing up always seeing it and they saying, oh, that's Jesus, that's Jesus. When you close your eyes, you don't see no black man. You see this. You subconsciously believe this. That's why our people act the way they do towards so-called white people. Huh? So, would you believe this, or would you believe that first? And somebody say, this Jesus, right? Let's be realistic here, Trey. So, the reason why you say we can't get together, right? So we just learned everything. You learn everything. Get Amos 3:3. So you have to learn everything from the white man, right? That's what the Bible says. We had to serve them for everything, right? Education, belief system, all that stuff. Because in slavery we didn't have anything, right? So we had to get it from somebody, right? We don't even dress like how God ordained us to dress, right? So everything our mindset isn't towards what the Bible says. We don't call ourselves Israelites, do we? But who only God deal with? Israelites, right?
That's right.
So all these different beliefs and these philosophies are coming together and they conflicting. Read Amos 3:3.
The book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 3. Can two walk together except they be agreed?
Can two walk together unless they agree? If you believe in Christianity, white Jesus, then somebody's a Muslim, and somebody is believing Buddha, the fat guy, and then somebody an atheist, can they agree?
Well, they believe what they want to believe. It's one God.
But disagree also is coming to terms, but also functioning together. They can't function together. They can't, right? So that's why we can't come together, because we're not coming under, thus saith the Lord God with Israel. You see what I'm saying? That's why we don't come together, but get Zephaniah 2:1. So all these belief systems are conflicting what the Bible actually says, so we refuse to hearken to what God has for us. You see what I'm saying? Get Zephaniah 2:1. Read. But God does say what you want. Come together, read.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves.
Read again.
Gather yourselves.
He said, gather yourselves. Who? Read.
Together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
Who is a nation that's not desired, Trey? It's us, right? These people on this side right here. You see what I'm saying? You listening?
Yeah.
Right. So now I got some questions for you, right? So the people on the signs are that nation that's not desired, right? They want to be us, but they don't want to be us. You see what I'm saying? They want to look like us, act like us, but when the bad stuff that comes with being us, they don't want to do it, right? But God's saying that nation of people have to come back under God's laws and teach us, as does say the Lord, as us being Israelites. So until that happens, we'll never come together, right? So I got a question for you, right? Who's this? Yeah, who that? You said Jesus, right? But like I just said before, right? So back to the point of when you praying, and you say pray to Jesus or love Jesus, right? Who's she talking about? She's talking about this guy. She's talking about him. She's not talking about him. You see what I'm saying? That's the issue. So it's the importance of us is to teach our people their true nationality, but also the true image. But we're not saying this is Christ, but this is a better depiction opposed to what they give us, right? Because the white man ain't gonna come save you. The white man gonna keep killing you.
The white man sure they sure.
Right. First Maccabees 1:41. They're changing the images. You see what I'm saying? Because he not coming to save you.
Right.
He the guy that's killing you right now.
Right.
He ain't changing his mind. No matter who you vote for, no matter how much you march in the streets, how much you cry, if he gonna keep killing you.
Right.
Because if you God's chosen people, and if y'all come together, Christ come back, and they lose their kingdom, you think they're gonna just let you do what you want and come back together? No. Read.
The book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 3, verse 48. And laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen has sought to paint the likeness.
The what?
That the heathen has sought to paint the likeness.
So a heathen is any nation outside of Israel. So-called white man is a heathen. So he said he went into our book to change the likeness. What? Read again.
Wherein the heathen has sought to paint the likeness of their images.
Their images. So they give you white Jesus. So now while people pray to Jesus, they pray to who? White Jesus, right?
Right.
So everything that they would say, the want of all things, the curse, he mean the want of all things because even your God you pray to gonna be white.
Right. You see, on Jesus, everybody was black.
You got what's that? Revelation. So we're gonna explain this image of Christ. Read.
The book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass.
So this is a record of what Jesus looked like. You listening? Read.
Verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Is this guy hair white and woolly?
Wake him up.
What is woolly? Well, that's woolly, right? Us, like so-called black people, right? Got woolly texture hair, wool hair. Read. His hair's not woolly at all. Read.
As white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Is his eyes red as a flame of fire?
T-Chop.
Why was his eyes red? No, it's important to understand why these things are. Why is his eyes red? But why are they red? Huh? You said love eyes? Love? No, that's not what it is. Get Genesis 1. I got you. I'm working with you. We dialogue. Get it? Genesis 49. Read.
Bring it out.
The book of Genesis, chapter 49 and verse 12. His eyes shall be red with wine.
Jesus' eyes shall be red with wine. That's why his eyes are red. What was his first miracle? Turn what to wine? Turn water to wine, right? Jesus turned water to wine. That's one of his miracles, right? They used to call Jesus the wine bibber. He used to drink wine. When we drink wine, what happens to our eyes? They turn what? Turn red, right? It says eyes will be red with wine. Go back to Revelations. Read.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
His feet like unto fine brass. What color is brass? I'll help you out. You know a penny? What color is a penny? Brown, right? He says fine brass, right? Is he brass? So first of all, he ain't got no woolly hair. His eyes ain't red, and he's not brass at all. He's pasty, he white, he lacked melanin, right? Read.
As if they burned in a furnace.
He was as, if you take that penny and throw it in the furnace, and it burnt it, what color's gonna be? Gonna be, no, burn like past tense. You know, like you burn some rice. What color's rice once you burned it? Black. So that brass is burnt, right? He's burnt brass. That's how dark he is. Is this guy any of these things? So if this isn't Jesus, and then if we praying to Jesus, right? Your prayers, right? Are they really being answered? John 9. No, look, yeah, you see what I'm getting at? So you say all this time you're praying to Jesus, you're praying to God, because if Jesus is God's son and the image they push is he white, so what is the world's color of God? No, the world color of God is white. You see on TV like Family Guy, what color God is? White. Cartoons, white. Somebody shows saying, I'm Jesus, what color are they? White. You see what I'm saying?
I got you now.
So if this is the image you've been praying to, right? Are your prayers really being answered? Because you put all your faith in this. And what does he teach? He teaches contrary to everything God is teaching, right? Read.
The book of John, chapter 9, verse 31. Now we know that God heareth not sinners.
The philosophy that this image of Jesus teaches makes us sinners. Because what it teaches, God loves everybody. That's not true. You can do whatever you want as long as you love people, right? Homosexuality is fine. As long as you accept Jesus, everything's fine. You see what I'm saying? Because what did it tell your church? All you got, accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior, and that's it, right? Did it tell you to do anything else? It said, accept Lord of Jesus and be a good person. The two vaguest things they can tell you. You're not changing your life, because a lot of people in church, there's a lot of fornication in church, right? The pastor sleep with a whole bunch of women in the church, right? Right? Broken families. They're not fixing that, right? Creflo Dollar got $500,000 million jets, but people still doing public transportation. They're not keeping that commandment of making sure everybody's have funds to help the people under him, the congregation, because his job is to guide them and help them. But that's not what he's doing, right? I'm saying we have to get this image into our minds and get this image out of our minds. Right. Because the way you're going to live your life, the way you live your life is based off of his philosophies, his Christianity.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are how men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.